beer than Michelob for the holiday season. Special enough to make the right impression, friendly enough to show you care. No wonder Michelob has become a holiday tradition.
Holidays were made from Michelob.
Take his first ever bite of the Cadbury egg. He is.
My big word could have not be into my mouth.
Lucas James Brenner, you are.
Coming, Mom!
Mommy, too good to me.
Is that the one my mom gave you for Christmas?
My mom's calling me.
Ma! I'll be up in 5!
Enjoy, Mom.
I mean, some people might actually be excited about it.
Mom. Thank you, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Mom, help. He's so little. His mom trusted him with you. Single mom of 3 young sons. And then if Mom doesn't come back, as promised, if it happens to one, it happens to us all.
Ah, you gotta go, Mom. Love you, Mom.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye,
Mom.
Bye, Ma. Bye, Mom.
Mom said. Okay, Mommy dearest.
Hi.
Is that Mom? Where's Mom?
Still, and my mom is always telling me to be quiet.
It could be very traumatic for babies to hear Mom and Dad argue.
Mom's favorite decoration.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Oh, hey, Mom. Mom, so how are the roads? Yep. We're here, Mom. Mom, no, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Starting tomorrow, until Mom gets back. Mom still talks about that day. Mom's hustling us along, too.
How did Mom even do it?
What do you say we finally give Mom the Christmas she deserves?
You guys remember that fake tree Mom used to haul out every year? Mom pulling it up that Christmas? It was Mom. It was Mom. You know who's never been on a cruise before? Mom.
My mom has one.
I don't like my mom's new boyfriend.
Who did Mom rely on to pick up the groceries? Who packed your lunch when Mom was underwater? For Mom.
This whole thing was supposed to be for your mom.
You get the best Mom.
Yeah, true.
I'm doing this for your mom.
Mom? Well, I'll just have to have you back, Mom.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
When do you add the Christmas magic?
Great question. After it boils, we add any special ingredients like, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, pumpkin.
You don't like pumpkin?
People like pumpkin.
This meteorologist has weathered some holiday storms.
Sure, I have had a few problematic Christmases.
But this year...
Guess who's here? Ted Cooper. Coop? From high school?
Love is in the forecast.
I never knew you had blue eyes. You like him? I can't remember the last time I had this much fun.
This is your first time dancing with a snowman?
It is, yes.
Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper, on Hallmark Channel.
Merry Christmas! Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown!
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Fred. Merry Christmas, Bob.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you, Mama.
Merry Christmas, pal.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Welcome to the Christmas Summit Podcast, the official live broadcast of Christmas Aficionado. We're back for another week because we had so much fun drinking beer. Yes, that's right. We're doing the Hallmark Happy Hour, and we're going to talk about the Hallmark Christmas movie, Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper, that came out on Saturday, give our review, and what beer we feel pairs well with it. And of course, I brought back a few friends and a new one. So why don't we enjoy a little intro song, and Chad, take it away.
Nice.
Oh, it's not playing. Why is
That's
it not
okay.
playing?
It's the
There we go.
live orchestra. There we go. And now we dance. Hello, hello, and welcome, or should I say ho, 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 Christmas cousins? I'm Cousin Chad, and this is the moment you all stand up and cheer because Cousin Seth is here. However, our eccentric genius of a cousin, our beloved Cousin Seth, at the last minute had to cancel. Rumor has it he may be meeting with some world leaders. He may have some mysterious Yuletide illness. He may dislike Brian from Deck the Hallmark, or he may simply be too jealous of Joe's perfectly coiffed Christmas hair. We don't know. We're going to speculate. Reddit is blowing up about this, but he is replaced today by someone, some even in Christmas circles say is even higher level than Cousin Seth. We've got the inimitable, the heart of reviews herself. We've got Casey back. Welcome, Casey.
Woohoo!
Thank you, everybody.
Sound
Glad
effects.
to be here.
There we go.
Oh, there's our sound effects. Thank you. I mean, our live studio audience. Now, Casey, we will discuss. This is very exciting. Last week, we think, got under duress, engaged live on air when we were pushing your boyfriend to ask you to marry you. So did that really happen, or are you just doing that to keep us quiet? Are you currently engaged?
Well, all I can say is that Seth hasn't sent us the Venmo yet that he promised.
Yes.
So we're sort of up in the air.
Oh, do you think that's why he's not here today, Casey? Because he doesn't want to pay?
Yeah. I think he's afraid.
Okay. That makes sense. Also joining us, we already have some people in. Ben from PTV, Carly, hello, hello. If you're listening on the podcast version, we are simulcasting live around the world on Joe the Christmas Aficionado's highly monetized YouTube channel. Let's welcome in our host who's allowing us to do this. Joe, thank you very much. Joe, welcome to your own show, your own channel.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm very happy to be on my own program. I'm glad to have all of you back. We had so much fun last week. We got to continue it.
Oh, yeah. Have you been drinking since last week, Joe, or did you take a break?
I have been, actually.
Oh, nice. Never disappoints. We also have with us the king himself, the king of all super fans. You know him and love him at Steel City Christmas. He's got 81 Pittsburgh area businesses. So you have HVAC needs, roofing needs, maybe plumbing needs. You know Lee's people have been at your house to take care of things for you. He is the pride of the Trinity Point area. Everybody welcome Christmas cousin Lee, everybody. Wow. Amazing.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Welcome, Lee. Lee, you've really risen through the ranks of the Christmas Cousins Incorporated. You're now, I think, COO or something, so we appreciate you always being here. You're rocking a Bedford Falls shirt.
It's my new uniform.
Beautiful. I have to say, Joe, we normally always talk about your hair. Lee's having a nice hair day today. It's nicely combed, but it's got a little bit of bedhead, like it's the end of the day. He's been busy, but he's still very debonair. So, Lee, congratulations on that.
Very much.
Thank you. I got it cut Sunday. I asked for the aficionado, and this is
nice.
Oh,
nice.
I think
really great
I think though somebody has a better head of hair. If we're being honest, I mean,
wow.
Check out the guy in the corner.
I've been thinking this.
Yeah.
Speaking of beautiful heads of hair, all the way from New England down to the South. I mean, this guy's traversed the entire East Coast to be here with us tonight. He is known, as he says, he's the self-proclaimed best thing that ever happened to Deck the Hallmark. He's a self-proclaimed boss of Dan and Bran. Yes, I read your Vanity Fair article, Brian. This is Brian Harold from Deck the Hallmark. Welcome, Brian, everybody. Welcome him back. Yes.
Thank you. What an honor. This is a real. I watched you guys last week, and I was really psyched when I got the note to join this week because it was a lot of fun. So I'm anticipating a really, really good time tonight.
You forgot one thing, though. He's also a book author. And look what I got in the mail today.
What? Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah. I got this book, and it's written by, it says here on the side, Harold Gray and Thompson. So
Wow, first billing, Brian.
First
How
billing.
that happened.
Right?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so funny. I just got my physical copy in the mail today as well.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it really
Right,
does.
This is the first you've actually seen the physical copy of your book just today?
Yeah, we did a couple practice prints that weren't like with the final copy, and I got to look at those. And we were still messing with the formatting, but after it was finalized and up for everybody to purchase, I hadn't seen it yet finished. So I was kind of nervous to, flip
Wow.
through and try to. I thought for sure when I opened it, I found a mistake, and it turned out I just didn't know how to count. And so it's so far so good.
That is amazing. Really, how did it feel then to hold the physical copy of your first ever book you've written, to see it come to fruition out of your mind? I mean, that's got to be so rewarding.
It was pretty exciting, very exciting. Also, sort of like finally, like I've been waiting a long time here. But yeah, very exciting, very psyched. It's a holiday rom-com, more calm than rom, if you will. Not super sappy and romantic, but lots of good jokes and very kind of traditional love story. It's not we're not trying to get you with the bits and the jokes. There's some really funny jokes in there that I think work really well, but it's not like let's make fun of the trope and let's have a laugh at it. It's really kind of leaning into just a very traditional story with what we think are some really kind of clever storylines and jokes and really, really fun characters. Like my favorite part are the side characters of this story and the town. And so it's really exciting to see it in person and to have people to see people have it is unbelievable. It's sort of like, it's been in the works for a long time. And by that, I mean like 5 months, which is not a long time. We really pushed through really fast to get this to the finish line. But to see it actually out there and people going through it is pretty cool.
Yeah. What did your family say when it came in the mail? Your own book. I mean, that's wild.
I tried to show it to everybody, but my son had just come in and he had just done something. I forget now. He was like first place in something at school, and that took precedence over my book coming in the mail. So everybody was kind of like, "Oh, very cool," but let's focus on this other thing that is super important in the moment. So, it was a big relief more than anything just to see it in person.
And it's by rom-com. You're saying, is this like Karl Marx, like Rom-Communist Manifesto? Is that what we're looking at?
I'm glad
here?
you picked up on that because a lot of people have been surprised when they get into it. I'm glad you picked up on that. Yeah,
I thought so.
I'm looking forward to that then. I have not had a chance to start reading this yet, but I'm very much looking forward to the communist propaganda.
Absolutely.
Is that like what you read before bed, Joe? You did get really excited when I brought up Marx and Engels. This is awesome. I did not know this about
Oh,
you.
you should giggle there.
Really, right? Gleeful. Wow.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, Joe. Well, what we're here for tonight is not just to talk about Joe's love of Marx. We're not just here to talk about Brian's burgeoning literary career or Casey's engagement or Lee's businesses or Lee's great hair or Brian's great hair and Joe's great hair. What we're here to talk about is, Lee, do you want to give us the name of today's movie? I know it was tough. There's a lot going on. Lee, what was today's movie that we're going to be reviewing?
I believe it was Chasing Down Ted in the State of Tennessee.
No, Lee, you've been getting it wrong.
No?
It's Happy Rosh Hashanah Teddy Ruxpin. Joe, is that what you have? Tell me what you have.
That was my second guess.
Okay.
I liked Happy Halloween for Ted Danson.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So, Casey, what is the actual title? Are any of those correct?
Unfortunately, those are not correct. This title is Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper! !
Oh, so it's not a Rosh Hashanah movie. That is interesting.
No, it should have been, but alas.
Okay. Right. Now, Brian, people are writing in. Mark, who is always here, he bought the Kindle version. How cool is that?
That's unbelievable. That is just crazy. I can't believe everywhere I go, it feels like people are, oh, Brian, I got your book. So that's really, really exciting.
I hate to tell you, Brian, Mark doesn't own a Kindle, though. So I don't know what's going on here.
That's well, good. Then he won't have to suffer through the communist propaganda.
That's right, exactly. Well, I'm very excited. I will be reading it as well very soon. Mine's somewhere around here. I've got a lot of mail to sift through. So
Yeah.
Have
we talked about your nice hat? We're doing a lot of hair talk, but not.
Yeah, right. Thank you. That's my son's college. Yeah, I'm very excited. He's actually home this weekend. It was very exciting, too. I wanted to watch the Hallmark movie with me. That was a hard no, a very hard no. So, yeah.
You didn't want to watch Have You Met Ted?
Right, exactly.
Good one.
Exactly. And Brian, you are dressed up very weatherman-like tonight, looking resplendent with a red blazer. Looks like a dark blue Henley underneath. I can't really tell. Is that what you're wearing? Who are you wearing?
This is Louis Vuitton, I believe is how they go by. Very comfortable and very cozy, I guess is how we would put it. But yeah, I mean, I figured Ted rocks just some phenomenal attire in this movie. The least I could do is just throw on some threads to, at least show him some respect for the.
Makes sense. You know what, Joe and Lee, Brian's outfit, it's giving a little Ronnie the limo driver waiting in the hallway right now. That's what I'm getting right now, right? And I mean that in the kindest sense too. So, Mark says, I actually don't. I'm going to use mom's while she's having surgery. Okay. So he will have a Kindle to use. Yes. And best of luck.
Brian be a scores guy?
Scores man. That's right.
Scores man.
So we are here. We've totally lost Casey. She's no idea what we're referencing. Casey, anybody born after the mid '80s or so has no idea what's going on right now. So we are going to get right into this movie now. Brian, we have this broken down into segments. We're going to review this. Have you ever been on a podcast that has taken a Hallmark movie and broken it down to segments? And are you comfortable with this format?
This is going to be tough to wrangle my ideas into four or five individual segments that are clearly, that help give you a full picture of how I feel about the movie. But I'm here. I watched last week. I feel like I got a handle on it, so I'm down to play along here.
Okay, good. So we are going to right now.
And we have 6 segments. So unlike those Deck the Hallmark guys, they only have 4.
Yes, we do.
We have 6.
Overachievers.
I'm going to have to be out at 4, so I only do 4. That's all I can do.
Contractually.
That's all I got to be.
Some of our segments. We have, Joe, 6 segments plus beer. Now, Casey, you don't drink, so what are you going to be doing tonight? Talking about your water?
I do, in fact, have water. I did just move into a new apartment, so I have nothing here except for my hot chocolate maker. And all of my milk is rancid. Don't know how. Just bought it. Can't even make hot chocolate. So,
oh, no. Well, I do have news on that, Casey, and I know you're a big fan as well of this. There's her water, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen to everybody who wants to try making it at home. Be careful. This weekend, everyone, is the opening weekend of the world famous Hot Cocoa Bar. The opening weekend this Saturday, yes. So
big news.
We're all invited?
Brian, you're only 4.5 hours away from the best hot cocoa you've ever had. So
I'm
anytime.
more than tempted.
You're more than welcome. Lee may be flying in for it, and it's going to be big. My daughter and I are going shopping Friday to get the latest and greatest. And I have some surprise things this year that you wouldn't think would be good at a hot cocoa bar, but it's going to blow your mind.
I was going to ask, but I feel like I'm going to spoil it. We talked about it a little bit a few months ago. Can I spoil what I know of your hot chocolate bar?
If you want to bring it up, this is a big addition. If I think what you're about to say, jaws are about to drop. Okay.
So balsamic? Is this what I've heard? What? Please explain.
Flavored balsamic vinegar, dark chocolate flavor or espresso flavor added to your hot cocoa is so next level. It's so future living. I thought we wouldn't be having this until we terraform Mars, but I am doing it this year and it's going to blow everyone's mind. So try it, pour it in. The way it balances it out is fantastic. Brian, you look so shocked.
I'm blown away by this. I have no idea how this would. Does it just sit on the top? Like, I feel like does it blend in easily? It feels like it would be a tough blend.
It blends in. It makes it multi-layered like a Chateau Lafite Rothschild. It is really something to behold. It's like an old growth. We'll get into that, though. That's this weekend. But today, we're all about something. Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper. That's what it is. Yes. Now, Casey, I know you do your reviews at the Heart of Reviews. I avoided it this week because I didn't want to read what you said yet. So we're going to start with what's called the Holiday Vibes Check and Beer Review Pairing. Was this movie as magical as Christmas Morning, or was it more like unwrapping socks? So this is going to be great. Oh, Ben says, my son missed out. Great film on Saturday. I think he would have liked it. That would have been fun. And Mark is with Brian here on that. Oh, not understanding. Everybody's going to try balsamic. It's going to be amazing. So, okay, here we go. Let us start. Casey, you were the last-minute replacement for Cousin Seth. We still don't know where he is. Anybody who gets word of it, what happened to him, let us know. what do you think? Was this movie as magical as Christmas Morning for you?
This movie was definitely as magical as Christmas Morning for me. I had high hopes. It's a Russell Hainline film. I love Russell Hainline, everything he does. I love Kimberley Sustad. I've loved her since she was the side character in A Bride for Christmas. So seeing this was very magical for me, and it didn't disappoint. It was funny. It was romantic. It was sweet. It was, yeah. I'm not going to give it a rating because it's the end, but I loved it.
That's right. So, Casey, were you surprised they had it this early in the season? I mean, the weekend before Halloween for this caliber?
So I have a lot of questions, and I do not understand what Hallmark is doing this year because they started us off with a weekend of not great. And then they were like, we're going to put one of probably the top 5 films in second weekend. I guess maybe they just wanted us to see that they weren't completely going to be terrible this year. They wanted us to like have a little hope. I truly don't understand why they put it in now when they did. I thought they were just sort of going to keep doing bad movies for a while, but whatever. It did what it was supposed to do. It gave me that hope.
Yeah, well, I don't understand. Well, we'll move. I have so many thoughts about that too. This is crazy. Somebody just said, what's the name of the movie? That's Crispy Bacon. Lee, do you know what the name of the movie is? Have you gotten it right?
Oddly enough, it was Chris Goes to Tennessee for Easter.
That's right, exactly. Do you guys remember Mr. Belvedere? And the daughter had the one friend.
Yes.
Every time she saw him, called him a different name, like Mr. Bumblebee, whatever. That's what this reminded me of.
Casey, do you know what? Wait. Casey, do you know what Mr. Belvedere is?
No, I have no idea.
That's what I figured. We are creating references that all the kids love these days.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me bring something more current. It's like a Bob Hope's Christmas special, okay? Ella and Mira. Yeah. Brian, you're new to the Christmas Summit podcast, correct? Have you been on before this?
He's been on before.
On the yeah. I've been on your not one of these though, where we get together with our nice beers.
He's been on our podcast, The Christmas Cousins. Just an amazing. I mean, his show. We normally have around 47 million listeners. Brian, I think I texted you. We broke 55 or so million within 24 hours.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, my yacht dealer thanks you as well. So, Brian, what did you think, and what beer did you pair with this? So, what we do, I don't think we got into it. We take a beer that reminds us of the movie, or Casey, as the kids say, it's giving the movie vibes. I think the kids would say that. And so, what beer do you have, Brian, that would work here?
Yeah, so I went to the store, and I was not sure I would be able to find a Christmas beer yet, a holiday beer. A lot of October beers still out there. But I saw one, and I said, that's it right there. And I picked up a case of Allagash Ski House because this can looks so fun, and the movie looked so fun. And so I'm like, this is going to be perfect. This has notes of citrus and spice and fresh ginger like you'll find in a ski house. And so I said, this is going to – and this is a winter white ale, which I like a lighter ale. I'm not an IPA guy. I used to be. I cannot do them anymore. So this one, I saw this and I go, this is a beautiful can for a beautiful looking movie. And so I think I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even opened it yet. It's freezing cold. I think it's going to be a great pairing for this movie.
Oh, well, Brian, crack it open. It's funny that as an author, you're judging that beer by its cover. I would think you wouldn't do that. You'd be looking for the substance. But...
Actually, you should. Now the kids are doing that. And so it's fine. It's safe. Yeah, it's kosher, as they say.
Yeah, gotcha. We're so hip.
All right.
I like it. Yeah, it's very hip.
A little crack here. And that's that cracked right open.
Oh, he went right into it.
Oh, that is delicious. I feel like I'm in
sound
the pub.
effect here.
I feel like I'm in the pub in the movie.
Really?
I forget.
Are you getting Christmas vibes from the beer itself? Like it's tasting like Christmas.
Yeah, it's the spice comes through a lot. It hits hard, just like the jokes in this movie. They come through and in abundance. So it's doing its job just like the movie did.
Okay. Joe, didn't we do this in one of our Christmas beer tastings, that beer? Someone had it. I do recognize it.
It seems familiar, but why not why not talk about same beers over and over again? It sounds like
I think it's great.
It's also from Maine, Allagash, and that's the closest I could get to New York, where this movie takes place, upstate. So,
and Maine is where your book takes place, correct, Brian?
That's right. Fiction town in Maine.
Always plugging. I love it. Always plugging. Brian, what were your thoughts on this movie itself?
I had a blast with this movie. It's really hard. Like, this is all I want in a movie. Like Russ Hainline, Bob Buck is phenomenal. The guys on Deck the Hallmark have talked to him a few times, and every time you hear a conversation with Bob Buck, you just think, I want to be best friends with Bob Buck. The guy is just so fun. And that's what he was in this movie is pretty much what it seems like he is in real life all the time. Like, he is just a good time, down for whatever, just plows through everything that is put in front of him. And so I love that. I love those vibes coming off the screen. Kim Sustad, phenomenal. The whole cat, like everybody, Brendan Penny popping up as the anchor man and that rivalry, which I did not expect at all and thought was great. That could have been the movie itself. But this one, I had a blast with this. And I literally, when I stopped the movie, I had a smile on my face, which that doesn't happen every time, but I remember finishing it and smiling and being like, that's what it's all about right there. So I got basically everything I could have wanted from this movie, and this beer is a great pairing for it.
Wow. So what Brian's saying in a nutshell, it's the best rom-com he has seen since the one he wrote. That's what we're getting here, right? Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. And where can people find your book, Brian, if they want to buy it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Almost everywhere. Yeah, print, ebook, bookshop.org, your Amazons if you do that, and coming soon, audiobook as well. So if you're an audio person, you got a long commute, be on the lookout.
Brian, was it a bit of a stumble not having Cousin Seth read the audiobook?
We still kind of don't talk about it. It goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
It's only 5 hours and 25 minutes, and you really do want that 10 to 12 hour window, that sweet spot. And I feel like we could have got there with him, but maybe next Christmas,
Yeah. A revised, updated edition with Cousin Seth would have been fantastic.
I mean, we're here for all evening. Why don't you start reading it to us?
Yeah, that's a good idea. And we'll just drink.
Yeah,
that's true. We could just lull you to sleep. Yeah. A lullaby.
Lee, let's go to you. You're wearing a Bedford Falls shirt, so you're clearly into classic Christmas movies. Was this along the same lines as It's a Wonderful Life? And what beer did you pair with this?
So I will start with the beer question, and I took the opposite approach of Brian. I have been disenfranchised this season. I have not been excited. They've all been kind of rough. So what I did is I just picked a beer that I didn't care about that was in the back of my refrigerator. And this is Spooky Tooth from Fathead Brewing, which where are we? There we go.
Okay.
And the kind of the call on top is it's a pumpkin brew with a bite. And I was worried that this movie might bite. And funny enough, just like the beer, the movie was fantastic.
Wow, look at that segue. Kept us in suspense. That was beautiful, Lee. Wow. Yeah.
So delicious beer. It was a fantastic movie. Probably, I mean, I'm trying to think even back to last year, I would put it in the top 5 in the last couple years for me.
Wow. Okay, high praise. Joe, you have seen them all. You've seen them all since their inception, since the nascency of Countdown to Christmas. So everyone wants to know your opinion. You are the self-proclaimed aficionado.
I am.
Joe, what beer did you pick? Because you're also a beer aficionado. You probably also have a whiskey. You're also a whiskey aficionado.
I am.
And what was your thought on the movie, Joe?
So let's talk about beer first. So last week I watched Royal Montana Christmas. I pulled out a pumpkin beer because I thought I'm going to celebrate. It's the beginning of the Hallmark Christmas season. I'm going to drink a really nice beer, and then you have to watch a Royal Montana Christmas. And it was just awful. I actually probably tuned in to the Deck the Hallmark YouTube feed of them just sitting there watching it, which is actually far more entertaining than watching Royal Montana Christmas. So I thought to myself, okay, great. So Sunday, another stinker, was an awful movie, the Angel movie. I don't even remember what it was called. So I was like, well, this was a bad weekend. So I'm not going to waste a good beer on a Hallmark movie until they put out a good one. So I have 2 beers. So I start off with the Pittsburgh Icy Light, which is just basically water with a little bit of alcohol into it.
Water.
So I'm like thinking to myself, I'm just going to start drinking this because, you know, these movies obviously are going to suck. So I took a few sips of this. This is just, you know, this is basically going to make you pee if you drink a bunch of them, and then that's about it. Surprisingly enough, though, that first 5 minutes of that movie, I grabbed a better beer, and I am going to say that this movie was so good, it deserved me drinking a Shiner Holiday Cheer, which is the best Christmas beer that I found last year, and is still number one in my number one choice. So I went and grabbed one, and I'm going to drink another one tonight. It's nice and dark. It's full of like cinnamon and clove smell. It's amazing.
Where'd you find it, Jay? Is this leftover? I'm sorry, go on, Lee. What'd you say?
Same question. Is that a new case or is that from last year?
It's a new case. At the store they had it, and I'm like, I'm going to grab it. So I grabbed a new case. The movie is fantastic. The beer is fantastic. I'm not going to say it's... I'm not gonna. Yeah, your dog agrees with me. I'm not gonna say it's the best movie I've seen in years. I think there have been a lot of good ones, but this was really enjoyable. Russell writes really well. I think he did a really fun job. What I like about Russell's movies is the pop culture elements that he puts into this. That to me is fantastic. I caught every single one probably that he threw in. Bob Buck was great. I loved his character. He seemed like you could never make him mad. Even though he said he got mad and stuff, he didn't really get mad. And I kind of liked that. I liked that they never showed him getting angry or mad. Kimberley Sustad was great. You know, she was basically the, I can't believe, you know, that there's this guy that just doesn't have never gets mad or angry about anything. One thing that I would have loved to see, well, you know what, we'll save that for one of our 6 other parts. Yes, but this was
exactly
another segments. This was a fantastic movie. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it. I actually watched it again today just to make sure I caught everything that we were going to talk about tonight.
Wow, on a Monday when everyone's working, Joe is just sitting back in the lap of luxury. Big reveal here. Brian, I'm kind of getting these vibes from you. You're on the show. They tell you to kick rocks. They kind of pick on you. I know it's all in good fun, but you don't seem to ever get angry.
Yeah, you know what? I aspire. Ted is the type of character I love to watch. I aspire to be like that, and sometimes you just gotta play the part, you know, and it's sort of like takes over and, you know, fake it till you make it type of thing. And so I really admire somebody with that demeanor and that posture, and somebody who can kind of take whatever is thrown at them and either roll with it or ignore it or not be affected by it. And so, yeah, I have over the last few years had a pretty tough lesson in rolling with it and not being affected by it. And I'm doing fine. I'm fine.
Well, there is something we need to bring up though.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if we really need to.
Brian and Casey.
No, I mean,
Brian has a problem with Casey, from what I heard.
Last time I was on Deck the Hallmark, Brian boycotted the episode and wasn't there. And he's only here today because I wasn't supposed to be on this episode.
I had no idea.
He said that.
I feel trapped, actually. This feels like a trap.
And we have some comments here. Oh, Joe brought out Winifred. Very nice. We have some comments here. First of all, Mark W. saying top 25 of all time. Carly saying movie is fantastic. Ben is saying they could have, saved it for later in the year. This is so in the comment section, everybody's really loving this as well. Interesting. So here's my thought on. First of all, here's my beer.
Yeah.
I brought Boat Soda Key Lime Cream Ale. Now you're all saying, Chad, have you gone mad, man? What's going on? But here's a method to my madness. I wanted something that wasn't just seasonal. I wanted something that says just convivial summer fun. So when I'm thinking Boat Soda Key Lime Cream Ale by Flying Machine, a local North Carolina brewery, this is nothing but fun, good time, good vibes, smiles all around. This is what this movie was. This was fantastic. I loved it. And I have to say, one of my favorite Hallmark grandmothers, or my favorite Hallmark grandmother, was Paula Shaw, who passed this year. Casey, I know we've talked about this before as well. The one who played Ruth in this movie, who was the teacher, she was fantastic. I'm thinking we may have someone to fill Paula Shaw's huge shoes. I was really excited to see that. I hope she's in a lot more of these. So I have the boat soda key lime ale that pairs perfectly with just a fun, as I said, convivial, good time movie. 2 minutes in, I was loving it. I also have a gauge when I watch it with my wife, cousin wife Leslie, who's cousin and wife. You have to go back. It's a lot to unwrap there. But I watched it with her, and she was into it. And she's like rarely into these movies, doesn't walk out and I'm like, I have better things to do. So she just doesn't like them. I love them. She loved this movie. Even that we didn't finish it the next day. She's like, are we going to finish the movie? I'm like, whoa, that so rarely happens. That's amazing. So there we go. And so I'm going to drink this. I've had this before. I say drink it on a boat when it's 90 degrees is the best way to have this one, but I'm going to have it right now. And we have some comments.
Mark says, Chad just figured out the secret. Bob Buck modeled Ted Cooper after Brian after listening to DTH. Wow.
Yes.
The highest compliment I could ever receive. Next to the Andy Richter one, of course.
Yes, I called Brian the Andy Richter of Deck the Hallmark, and he loved that comment. He's a huge Conan fan, and I meant that. I also would like to say Brian is also a better-looking version of Robert Buckley. So there you go. On this show, you get respect, Brian. You get a lot of respect here. So
now we're just telling flat-out lies.
Right?
You know, we're
going to hire him away from DTH. We're buttering him up. Lee's going to send you a message later with an offer. So a lot of zeros on the wrong side of the decimal.
Before we move to the next segment, I do have something I'd like to add about a beer choice. I did message Russ because Russ Hainline, the writer of this, is a beer aficionado. I know he can't trademark that because Joe really's got the corner on it, but he's big into beer. And so I asked Russ, what would you pair this movie? What would you drink with this movie? And his recommendation, he gave me a rec, and I'm going to tell you what it was. Okay. He said, I always advocate for a nice barrel-aged barley wine, something you can sip and maybe pair with an ice cream or a gingerbread treat. Which maybe giving a little insider info there for the gingerbread bit. I was too much of a coward to look for a barrel-aged barley wine for the movie, but I wanted to at least say that is the official recommendation of the writer. That's what goes best with this movie, allegedly.
I love that. He went right to the source, and I don't want to one-up you, Brian, but I have a text from Steven Spielberg that says, you should try Flying Machine's Boat Soda Key Lime Cream Ale. So I'm just saying.
Wow. You are just a better man.
Now, Whitney is saying, not true. Listen to DTH where Brian talks about how much he isn't like Ted. Brian, what's going on here?
Busted. Yeah, I aspire. You know, Ted is like a model. I wish I could naturally have that come out of me like Ted doesn't. It doesn't feel like Ted's putting on an act in this movie. It feels very authentic, and so I just try to live like that a little bit. Every day I wake up and I go, I want to be more like Ted in Tennessee for the Easter Bunny.
Exactly. I think at the end of the night, Ted is like the crying game in the shower, just crying under the water. I mean, that's what I'm getting from that. He's a little more multifaceted than we're seeing. So interesting. Okay, so we all love the movie. That's great. People in the comments are loving the movie. My dogs are yelling that they love the movie. So let's get into the stocking stuffer moments. Which scene made your heart grow 3 sizes Grinch style? And people who are watching live, please keep commenting. We love it. Let us know what you loved, what made your heart grow 3 sizes. Casey, you love these movies. You watch them with a fine-tooth comb. What part was your favorite here? Your stocking stuffer moment?
I unfortunately can't pick just one part because that's too hard. But the general vibe of this movie is all of the characters felt very lived in and very real, and like they had full, complete lives. And some moments that really stuck out for me, like when he does the random Chewbacca noise at his sister because she's on a work call, like a weird thing. We don't need that. It was incredible. The Moonstruck moment, this is just because Moonstruck is my favorite movie. I went absolutely insane, and I started shaking my head so violently that actually my head hurt for the rest of the film. I think I might have hurt myself, but that made me very happy. And then,
you got a concussion from watching a Hallmark movie?
I really think I did. Like Scott was watching it with me, and he was genuinely very concerned for me. I went kind of crazy. But hearing Moonstruck in a Hallmark movie really just made me happy.
Yeah.
And then Joe talked about it a little bit, but the conflict I thought was so beautiful, that we get this misunderstanding, and then that's not the conflict at all. The conflict is just how these people live their lives, and how their personalities aren't lining up yet. They need to talk through their different views of the world, and I thought that was so beautiful. So those are my big stocking stuffer moments.
Wow. Okay. And we do have a comment. Mark W.'s favorite was when they're stuck in the escape room. Interesting, Mark. That was a very
incredible escape room.
Yes, it was. I was wondering where they filmed that.
Sets were crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually the escape rooms I've been in are in like burnout houses, and there's some drunk 21-year-old hitting the button.
Lee, those weren't escape rooms. You had another story going on there.
To be fair, there was a drunk 21-year-old hitting the button here too.
True.
That's fair.
And Whitney is saying her favorite part was Ted dancing in the snowman costume. That was fantastic. He must have had so much fun. You knew he was having fun, and we had fun watching that too. He had the moves. That was great. He had the moves like Cooper. So I like that. Very cool. Okay, we have Lee. What are your stocking stuffer moments? Your favorite part?
So for me, and this one is, I guess, through personal experience, but when they started kind of getting flirty and they kept calling the dates appointments, and that is the same nonsense that I pulled with Maria at the beginning of our relationship, where I would say, let's have an event, or let's go, do this, let's have an appointment or a get together. And finally she's like, you can call these things dates. I mean, we're dating. And after like 3 years, I was like, you know what? Okay.
That's really
for
funny.
me,
Okay.
it's kind of a personal thing, but it warmed my heart.
Now, did you watch this alone, or did Maria watch it with you?
She watched it with me and called me out on that, so it was
that's
devastating.
Funny. Did she enjoy it as well?
Yeah, she did.
Does she normally watch these movies, or was this an anomaly like Cousin Wife Leslie had with liking it?
She's open-minded to them. I think, left to her own devices, if there's one on, she'll watch. But she is not seeking them out.
Right. Okay. Good to know. Ben from PTV has to duck out to prep for his show. Ben, thank you for joining. We need to do a collab where it's all just one big party with the PTV crew. That would be a fun, like, Christmas kickoff. We should do that.
We'll figure that
Harley,
out. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
Joe,
PTV Live starts at 8 o'clock, but of course we're still on, so you may not want to jump over yet, but make sure you check out PTV Live.
Yes, we're big fans. Pepper Tree Villa. Carly's favorite part was I was touched when he asked her out in ASL. That was super smooth. That was really good. Yes, there were so many parts that were so good. Joe, what was your favorite part? Your stocking stuffer
Brian,
moment?
did Brian go?
Oh, no, I didn't. I overlooked you, Brian.
I like listening to you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
if you
forgot
want me
Brian
to go,
was here. He's just blending in. No, Brian, you can go. You're right. Yes, such a Ted Cooper.
All right, if you insist. There were a lot of parts that I really loved about this movie, but
Brian, I have to stop. You're not Richard Christie. You can't have all your favorites. They have to be one favorite.
My favorite.
My favorite.
That's my favorite.
So the main thing here was I'm a big How I Met Your Mother fan, and something I love about the way they tell the story in How I Met Your Mother is there are multiple threads going on, and sometimes things happen in a story that seem insignificant until another detail comes up, and it's sort of a callback, and they do a lot of callbacks. And in this movie, there were a couple of times where they did some callbacks to the rivalry with Brennan Penny as the anchor man, to the whiteboard with all of the injuries that he could have, the injury pool. And also they called back to the lost luggage with him wearing multiple outfits that weren't his. And so in a movie like this, it's kind of unusual to have a recurring bit like that. And we got multiple recurring bits. And I just thought that was actually one reason why I thought maybe this got an earlier premiere in the season was they were taking some risks. They were doing some different things in this movie. And so maybe the network was like, we'll let you do whatever you want, but we're going to hedge our bets and put it on a little early just in case, the regular crowd is thrown off by it. So just them trying the recurring bits and the callbacks and just like that level of comedy that I didn't expect to see was kind of my overall stocking stuffer moment here. Nice. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that was fantastic. They don't say anything, and then the next morning she comes down and he's wearing that sweater that's too short on him. Clearly, it's
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Okay, Joe, your favorite moment? Probably when you cracked open that Shiner box. That's like the best Christmas beer. Casey, if you ever have a beer, that's the one to have. That is, Brian. If you're looking for a beer that tastes like Christmas, Joe tried it last year on air and said we all have to try it. It was a 10 out of 10. I tried it. Fantastic. Yeah.
It is fantastic. Yeah. And it just hit stores. I found it. I was in Ohio this weekend, and that's where I grabbed it. Braggart. Yeah, it was good.
I was in Ohio.
45 minutes away. Anyways, I have a visual for my favorite part, and not that. Although,
that's my favorite part. Look at that hair. He parts it to the side. That's his favorite part. Clearly, the left side. Wow. Joe, did you get your haircut last Friday? By the way, Joe.
Was it last week? I got. Yeah, I think so. Or two.
So have you? You have been promising your fans that you're going to do a get ready with me video of you prepping for a show, doing your hair. Have you set a date for that?
I don't remember promising that. I remember you asking me that, but because I didn't know what a get ready video was.
Okay, instead of your 5 minutes at the start of this, it should just be a 5-minute video of you getting ready.
That's true.
Yes, Casey, that's a great idea. Love it. Yes.
Oh man,
Brian, you're the deciding vote. Should Joe do a get ready with me video where he gives hair tips, any foundation tips he uses, anything else? What do you think?
100%. And him hopping in a limo, riding around the block back to his front door to get into his home office. Yeah, absolutely.
I love this. Okay, Joe, it's on.
Okay, so my favorite part was the Christmas pool. When they did this in the beginning, I laughed my ass off on this. Especially because I did not hear him say that the Kisses Beautiful Woman live on air was the best odds. I, for some reason, focused on the impaled by a reindeer antler, and I was waiting the entire movie for him to get impaled by a reindeer antler, and it did not happen. I was up, and then when I rewatched it this morning, I said, "Oh, that was the Kisses Beautiful Woman live on the air as to what the older woman," and she says it at the end. She goes, "Oh, I got I won." I still think they should have impaled him by a reindeer antler somehow. Not life's, where he would almost die, but it would have been
kind
fun.
of impale.
Yeah, like a decoration he bumps into or something like that. Yeah.
So this was my favorite part. The only problem I had with is they didn't keep up with it throughout the entire movie. Like they really focused on it in the beginning, and then at the end they did. But there was a good chunk of this where this wasn't mentioned at all, and I wish they would have. And again, even though that's my favorite part, I really wish they would have stuck with it a lot more, because I think it was really it was so funny. But also, and I mentioned this before, the pop culture references. Russell Hainline throws in a lot of them. He threw in another Lord of the Rings reference, which I found hysterical about Gimli. But the Titanic reference about him not having enough room on the door was fantastic. Then my ultimate favorite is there's a Hallmark trope that I love to focus on called the third act misunderstanding, where around the third act, at beginning of the third act, they have some sort of conflict. It's usually so stupid. And just like this one, it was stupid because she heard somebody pick up a phone and she's like, "Oh, he must be hanging out with other women. I guess I can't be with him anymore." And they called it out. And she goes, "That was so stupid of me to think that way." That was brilliant. I loved it. So obviously the writing is the best part of this. Russell, hopefully if you're watching this, we're drinking beer and talking about your movie. So yeah.
He is. And so is my friend Steven Spielberg. Joe, I have not heard you be so effusive about a movie. You are just gushing over this. Wow.
Well, let's think about this. Last week was so bad. And it has been, we haven't had new Hallmark Christmas movies since December of last year. So I was itching to get some because we didn't get any in the summer because they were all just ones that were on Hallmark Plus. So I'm finally happy to have something to talk about that's brand new.
We talked about this last week, Brian. Let me ask you your thoughts on that real fast. last year it was so exciting. I thought like Thursday night, even if it wasn't a good movie, it was like an early weekend kickoff, knowing there was a new movie at the end. And then Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. This last weekend, we had one new movie Saturday night. What are your thoughts? Did you like those Thursday night ones? I know. I think everybody here did.
Yeah, it felt fun to have a full slate. You know, it felt like Christmas time. Like it was fun to go through it. This movie felt like Christmas, but it doesn't feel like we're in it like we have in the past. You know, because it's such a light offering so far, and so. I did like a more full schedule. They're doing series, they're doing some different things this year, so it adds up to a lot of content, but not movies. So
right,
I did like a full weekend though. It was kind of fun because you knew you were going to get some tough ones to get through, and you knew you were going to inevitably get some really really good ones. You had a better chance of covering the spectrum here, and so with such a small amount, it's like. You're going to start feeling the pressure of, well, we're getting close to the end here, and it's almost more risky.
Yeah, like the opening weekend where we had nowhere to turn. It was just all bad.
Yeah, I don't know. That Montana one kind of worked for me. I was in a weird state, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. Whitney is saying that was a great point, but that played into her insecurity. So I really thought that worked, and she explained it. Yes, absolutely, it did, because she had those issues, and that's what made it believable for her. So it's her perspective. Get ready for Christmas Con with Joe. That's going to be That's going to be the get ready with me. You in the hotel room. You go into Harold's having pancakes. Joe, this is great. This is very good.
Maybe I'll do that at Christmas Con. How about that?
Maybe or yes.
We'll see.
Yes, we got a yes. I love it. Okay. Yeah. I will be editing the show. I never edit. I'll edit that in tomorrow. My favorite part, there were a bunch that I liked, but again, this is going to go back. I should know that grandma's name, or not grandma, the teacher's name, Ruth. I loved her interaction with him, her relationship with him was great because you did feel a warmth and a camaraderie, like an old teacher student. She was there to guide him. He didn't have his mom around, so she kind of filled in with that. He was excited to be put into the group chat, which I thought was adorable, and the matching outfits. That's an easy laugh, but it made me laugh. And I really like how they did that because she wasn't just like a silly off character. She had a little bit of depth. She gave him the guidance that he couldn't just get from his sister, that maybe in other Hallmark movies we get from a mother or a grandmother. And she really nailed that role beautifully. So that was my favorite part, their whole relationship. So there we go. Going from the heights of happiness to the depths of despair, let's move on to the least favorite part, the lump of Ruth Mittens. Thank you, Whitney. That was her name, Ruth Mittens, right? What was her actual name? Do we know the actor's name? Because she's probably watching. We have 40-something million viewers. I'd like to give her a shout out. But everybody, we're going to go your lump of coal, your least favorite movement. What scene deserved to be banished to the island of misfit toys? Casey, from the heart of reviews, one of the world's biggest and most respected Hallmark movie reviewers. Your thoughts?
Thank you for that. There's not a lot of bad things to say about this film. It's a great film, as we've all said. One of the only things that I wish I had more of, that I got kind of confused by, was his job in Buffalo. Like, in the beginning, his boss was saying, "Oh, are you going to take the job?" And I'm like, why does his boss know about this job? Like, does he want him to take it? And why? I mean, he wanted to move because he wanted to be closer to home, but is it like a better job? Does his current job not care that they're going to lose a weatherman? I don't know.
Right.
And I liked that he was just such a people pleaser that he didn't know how to say yes to it. I thought that was great. I just needed some more information about what was going on there, because it felt like weird. Because then they ended the movie with him taking the job, and it was supposed to be like a big deal, and I didn't get it.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and Barbara Pollard is the actress's real name. Thank you, Whitney. This is great. Whitney's a great contributor. She's a double-decker, Brian.
She is. She's great. She's really.
Wow.
She's,
Maybe I met Whitney out at a Bramble Fest. Were you there, Whitney? Let me know. Maybe we met. I was there.
She's fun. She had a fun time.
Wow. Awesome. Lee, your least favorite part?
Yeah. So, and I go back and forth on this. There were a couple of kind of comments at the beginning that at first I really didn't like, and then I thought they were funny, and I kind of ebb and flow on it. The one was the Ted Cooper-itis, and then when the older lady said the sweet odds of betting on them. And like, for whatever reason, it seemed like really out of place to me. I didn't like it. And then I kind of went back and was like, oh, that's kind of a cute thing, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. So therefore, it's my worst feeling.
Interesting. Okay. I like that. Okay. That makes sense. Brian, your
Yes.
least favorite part, your lump of coal moment.
Sure. This is hard because there was no part that I really didn't like here. But a part that I thought that had me kind of second guessing was when he left his phone in the limo rideshare, which, first of all, a limo rideshare, I'm 100% out on a limo rideshare. I want no part of it. But losing your phone in the limo, in a rideshare in general, like, I feel like you get out of a rideshare, you need to review, you need to pay, like, you need your phone. I feel like that's a really tough place to leave your phone. And I felt a little bit like it was not a forced scene, but a scene that they really wanted in there because it was sort of reminiscent of in the Santa Summit, which Russ also wrote. They had a character named Dasher, Eric Tovley, phenomenal guy. He's the best. He's so fun. He plays a character who kind of drives them around on a bike, and they're doing the Santa crawl. And so he's a big part of the movie. And I thought they were trying to do a little bit of a bit there with the driver as a bigger, more fun character. And it just didn't land completely for me. And so I could have done without that and done more, maybe more with the anchor or more scenes with Kim and Bob Buck together and the sister. I love the sister. She's a blast. So that's one part. There's sort of a little lump of coal.
Maybe rickshaw, Brian, instead of a limo. You would have liked
There
that.
we go. Yes, maybe that would have been a funny throwback for me. I would have said, I know exactly why they're doing that. That's hilarious.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. I like that. That would have been fan service. Joe, your least favorite part.
So I heard a few people say they loved it. I didn't care for the escape room scene. I liked the parts where they were going through the escape room, but the guy falling asleep seemed, I don't know. I knew that was going to happen because he was like, oh, I'm so tired. But then they're just sitting on the sleigh and talking and stuff. And I don't know. It kind of slowed the movie down for me at that point.
Joe, I am 100% with you. My least favorite part, I like that scene, but my least favorite part was when they said he slept all night and it was morning. Yeah. Because now all I can focus on is they both have to go to the bathroom. They both have bad breath. Like they're both starving. They're miserable. I just make it 3 hours. Something like doable. Because I'm like, what are these people doing for 8 hours? Like they would be going crazy. They'd probably be clawing at the walls. So that took me out of it a little bit because now I just keep thinking, wow, their breath is terrible and they just kissed. So
why aren't you trying to open a door? Why are you not trying to find a way to get out and just leave? They didn't. They just said, well, I guess we're stuck here. We'll just sit in this sleigh.
Right? They didn't even finish the escape room. When you have 8 hours, you can figure out the clue.
And there's got to be an emergency escape in those. They're not
they always have the push button.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's an exit sign. So, okay, interesting. We all have that. Mark is agreeing with Casey. The whole new storyline wasn't developed enough. Yes, Whitney's saying, I think we met, so I'm not that memorable. Clearly, she's not sure if she met me or not, but I was there, so I hope so. They didn't even try the doors. I know, unless something happened in the interim that we didn't see. I was just hoping one of them had like one of those Listerine, like things you put on your tongue or something, because I was just like, it's a long time with no food or water, and then they were kissing. That's tough early in a relationship. The yearbook was also very cute. My wife and I, as I've mentioned on air, we were in the 4th grade. So obviously we went to high school together too. So we wrote in each other's yearbooks and things. So that really hit home for us too as we were watching.
A lot of bad breath probably over the years, I assume.
She wrote bad breath on mine and I circled a heart around her face. So yeah, that's how it went.
Perfect match.
Yep. We actually took a rickshaw to the prom together, which is really cool tied back too. Here is Santa's Weird List, a segment that we have that talks about the weirdest or most ridiculous moment. Now, the last movie, Royal Montana Christmas, the most ridiculous moment was us turning it on. But this one might be other stuff that happened. So what part of the movie had you questioning if the writers had one too many eggnogs? Casey?
So mine is tied to the escape room. I thought for sure that he was going to get hurt, maybe impaled by a reindeer antler, and they wouldn't have their phones, and Brendan or whatever his name was would be asleep, and she would have to be her doctor self and help him without, an ambulance or whatever. Which I feel like would have worked. So like they're trapped in the escape room, but they're not actually trapped. They're just trapped because the timer hasn't gone down yet. He's hurt. She needs to help him. We get a little hurt comfort, which is a great trope.
Yes.
And they could still do the whole trapped together, intimate moment. Because I just thought, I agree, like 8 hours is a long time. It was longer than 8 hours, I guess. And we didn't even get any of that. Like we didn't get to see most of them talking to each other. We get like a 2-minute scene right before he wakes up. And I wanted more action to be happening there.
Yes, more action, less halitosis. It was like a Listerine commercial. We're all in agreement there. Lee, what was your weirdest or most ridiculous moment?
The only moment in this whole movie I think I actually tuned out was in the escape room where they had their 30 seconds of crazy where they were dancing and high kicking, and I went to the bathroom. It felt like unneeded and kind of out of place.
Okay. Brian, your most ridiculous or weirdest part?
Yeah, the weirdest part for me was and somebody mentioned in the chat, Whitney said it, the peanut butter gingerbread cookies. Like you can't do that to people. I have a peanut allergy. I'm very careful about it. I don't broadcast it because I know about it myself. I don't need other people to worry about it. But a gingerbread cookie should be safe for everybody all the time, no matter what. So
right.
I just was like, you can't introduce peanut butter to gingerbread cookies. We can't be doing this.
Interesting. So what Brian's saying is if you buy his book, it helps support his peanut allergy aversion. So if you have to buy food without peanuts, it could be very expensive. So I understand.
True. Yeah, I wish I could, have the protein and the healthy nuts and all the seeds, but it's just I can't. Right. So it's a really suffering over here. So
okay. So buy your book.
Please buy
okay. Now Mark is saying start carrying mints in your pockets. Maybe they did. Maybe they had mints, and that way they were fresh after that time.
Canes. Those are a breath fresher.
That would have been good too. Yeah, that they should have had. Actually, that would have been really good. Joe, weirdest, most ridiculous moment.
I think the weirdest moment was the new job. It seemed like it wasn't needed. Why does he have to find a new job? Oh, I guess to be closer to Kimberley. I guess. It just wasn't necessary. Why can't his place just be an hour away? It's like sometimes I think they throw in too much. And it just if they don't focus on it enough, it just becomes this moment where we're like, why do we care about this new job? Because again, you're right, Casey. His boss knowing that he might be up for a new job, the fact that he tells everybody he's up for a new job, that's not how that works. No. Believe me.
In fairness, though, the point of that was to show he can overcome being a people pleaser because he can say no to that old job and say yes to that job, and also that he's willing to make the commitment to move closer to the area to be closer to her. So I think that's where that interplay was. But
yeah, it showed him actually being a person now and going after his wants, which it's growth, but it also kind of came out of nowhere. He just sort of decided that he was going to stop people pleasing now.
He did it for love.
But would we like a Ted Cooper who doesn't want to please everybody and be happy?
No, but but the thing is they had this whole fight about if he was genuinely happy all the time, and he said yes, he is, right? And then we find out that he is a people pleaser. He actually isn't very happy in his job. He's not very happy living in this place that he doesn't think is home. And him accepting the job is him coming to terms with that, but I kind of wanted more of a conversation of him agreeing with her and being like, oh yeah, actually maybe I can be happy, but I also can talk about the things that upset me, and these two things can coexist. It's sort of he's very similar in my brain to Ted Lasso, if anyone's ever seen that show. They're both named Ted, but you gotta have both, and I think that's something that Ted Lasso does really well that I think if this movie could have been longer would have tapped into more.
So you think they should have run a soccer team? Is that what you're saying, Casey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. In England. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And Joe, there's a comment that we must put up. It's clearly agreeing with my point here, my stance. Whitney says, exactly, Chad. It made sense to me. Thank you, Whitney. It really did. I understood why it didn't. It filled in some holes because if they didn't do that, maybe we'd say, well, where was the growth where is his commitment to her? My weirdest part was she gets there an hour early. Ostensibly, the sister set it up so that she and Ted Cooper can have time together. But I was like, this is weird. One, they didn't make her feel welcome. They're like, oops, my bad. You're here an hour early. And I see Joe's comment. Sorry, Chad is wrong. You can't comment on your own show, Joe. So anyway, they make her stand in the doorway. It's freezing out. And they're like, well, you're an hour early. And they explain this. And she's like, oh, I didn't know. Like, they should have ushered it in and been like, no big deal. Sit down. And meanwhile, I also was thinking now, Ted Cooper's not even going to be dressed yet. You know, he's got an hour to go. He's probably like working out or doing sit-ups or something. So there we go. Mark, that's a very good point. Is Seth on Finding Mr. Christmas? Is that why he isn't here? Contractually, we cannot say yes or no, Mark. But you'll have to watch their debut and see. But if he is on, I felt terrible for the other competitors. Now, moving on really quickly. I know, Lee, you have a hard out soon. So if you need to jump off in a few minutes, we're wrapping this up quickly, though. Christmas wish list. If you could shake the snow globe and reimagine this film, what would you add? Casey, we know you said an English soccer team. Is there anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, I would make the gingerbread not look like giant cardboard cutouts. It was a very beautifully produced film. The sets were all gorgeous. The costumes were gorgeous. Everything felt so cozy. And then at the end, it was like, yeah, these are made of gingerbread.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Lee, shake it up.
I wish they would have developed the sister a little bit more. I think she could have added something more to the movie.
Okay, so more sister. Brian?
Yeah, mine was sort of based on what we were just talking about there, and it's a little more internal struggle. It didn't feel like there was a lot of that, of going back and forth and working through the conflict that had been, had been mentioned, and so a little more maybe struggle with it versus just being like, okay, point taken, I'm a new man, I'm going to do all these things and check all the boxes. So that's, if I had to nitpick, it would just be a little more internal struggle. Not too much, a little bit.
Right. Okay. Now, Casey, you have some support in the comments here. Great point, Casey. No, they weren't cardboard or wood. Fan favorite always, Casey. Lighting
Thank you
the
to all
world
the
on
double
fire,
deckers.
always. Yes, for sure. And the 47 million Christmas Cousin fans listening while this airs, audio version. Joe, what was the weirdest or most ridiculous moment?
So I do like this part. I do like that he was wearing the clothes from the college girl that he found. I would have loved, I thought it would have been, and I know this is maybe not near necessarily weird. I mean, it was a weird thing that he kept wearing them throughout the entire movie, but I thought it would have been very funny to see her in his clothes at some point. And even if it's
they
just
bumped
like
into each other at a bar.
Yeah, exactly. Or she came to the party or something like that. I did find it a little weird that he continued, like he went shopping, but he still was wearing like her sweater or something later on in the movie. So that was, they could have pulled that off a little bit more, I think, by revisiting that later on in the film. So
okay. Excellent. All right. For me, the only thing I think I'd reimagine at the end, the gingerbread falls on the camera and the scene kind of goes black. I guess they wouldn't have the licensing, but if they played Don't Stop Believing like they did at the end of The Sopranos when the scene went black, that would have been the greatest ending. If I would have done that, or some kind of, version of that, like have him sing that just as a nod to that. That's all. Did I miss something? Why did the gingerbread fall? I know there's a gingerbread motif going throughout, but was there a reason why it just fell and it kind of went black? Or did I miss something?
Because it's supposed to be like it was going to fall on him, but then he kissed Kimberley Sustad and they got out of there.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't fully paying attention by the end. I was washing dishes and had it on my phone. Gotcha. Thank you.
Which it should have been a reindeer antler, obviously, so that it would have gotten impaled. Mm-hmm.
See, they should have added. Right. They should have added it to this list, and like crushed by a gingerbread man or something like that.
Yes, that would, and it showed at the end. His luck had changed. Okay, overall rating, Lee. I know you have to go, so if you want to jump in and give your rating on a scale of 1 to 10, how great is Joe's hair tonight?
An 11.
An 11. It's just same as last week. Wow.
He's one of the rare occurrences that it gets better with age, and I think he has more of it as he ages.
You're right, Lee. Death, taxes, and Joe's hair. That's the certainties in life. Death, taxes, and Joe's hair. Beautiful. So you're giving his hair an 11. Casey, would you like to rate the movie or Joe's hair? Either one works for us.
Well, Joe's hair always looks great, and these movies really vary wildly, so I'm going to go with the movie today. But I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 giant gingerbreads.
Wow, 5 out of 5. Excellent. Lee, did you actually have a movie rating? Did you care?
I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 missing cousin Seths.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's big. And he's not even watching. He says he's not feeling well. He's not even watching and commenting. Come on, Seth. Be a team player. It's eccentric billionaire. Yes, right?
Now
Yeah,
he's
see,
boycotting me.
Exactly.
Brian told him something.
I passed
Something
the baton.
going on. Lee, he quit the show and he quit being my cousin, I think. That's what happened. So it's all right. I have other cousins. They'll be on next week. It's fine. Cousin Ashley, I'll be calling tomorrow.
Interchangeable.
Brian, yeah, exactly. Brian, can I borrow one of your New England cousins that you talked about on your favorite Christmas ever? Are they available for a podcast?
Yeah, I'm sure they're ready to go.
Okay, good. They've been let out of prison and everything?
Yeah, they're clear. They can't cross state lines physically, but virtually, totally fine.
Awesome. Okay, great. Coming next week, a new and revised Christmas cousins. Brian, your rating on the show, and of course, Joe's hair.
Yeah, the 11 sticks for the hair. Obviously, I'm not going to disrupt that. And for the movie, just 10 out of 10 pink crop tops. Just the easiest 10 out of 10 I'll ever give, I think.
Okay, 10 out easy. Okay, Joe, your rating?
So should I rate my own hair or should I rate?
Yes.
You have to rate your own hair. Yeah.
I am not having
about it today.
I'm not having a good hair day. It's not working real well for me today, but that's okay. I appreciate everyone else loving it. So
what would you change about it, Joe? If you could shake the snow globe and change your hair, these are the segments we're doing now.
9.
My forehead is getting a lot bigger these days, and it's really getting disappointing. So I'm going to have to say that.
Wow, this is such a turn. Well, okay, I'm sorry to hear this, Joe. Well, we don't
I'm
see
sorry.
that.
I'm a little. Yeah, I know, but
your own worst critic.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of to manage. But anyways, sorry to bring the whole podcast down.
Wow.
Take a swig of that whiskey, Joe. Put some hair back on your head.
Believe me, I'm feeling I need to. Movie wise, if we're gonna do out of 10, I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. Mr. Belvedere's.
Wow, love it. Okay, holy. What was his name? Bob Eubanks, the dad. Was that his name? Bob Euchre.
That was
something like.
Bob Euchre was the actor. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Okay. Well, that's everyone. This is like our highest rated movie I think we've ever covered. I thought the same thing. I think I'm giving it. Also, it's got to be 9.5 out of 10 reindeer antlers, because this for me is why we watch these movies. I have certain ones I will rewatch and I'll know right away, and I would rewatch this right away. I don't want too much comedy in these too. I want like a nice balance. This might have been a little too much comedy on the rewatch side, because then you lose the effect as you watch it again. But it was fantastic, and I did say to my wife like 20 minutes in, I'm like, I already can't wait to watch this again. And she moved further away from me on the couch, which is the correct response. But I was already excited.
Could have been your breath.
Well, we sat there till morning, Brian. We were locked in our own house. It's crazy. Yeah, it was really bad. Joe was going into his midlife crisis. Mark said, yes, live on air, Mark. Joe was going into his midlife crisis. So we've covered it all. Casey, you covered Seth missing, which was fantastic. This has been great. Joe, I'm sorry, we're going to have an intervention. Your hair looks great. This is on your head.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you positive affirmations tomorrow. Everyone send goodwill Joe's way. Good spirits.
You know what's funny is that I don't know why, because I've not mentioned it, but like all of my ads on Instagram, on Facebook, and everything else is that hymns, which keeps popping up, which is really depressing.
Yeah, those Instagram ads are weird anyway, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. So everybody, thank you so much. Lee, check out Lee at Steel City Christmas, his new Instagram that is blowing up. 3 figures today, 4 figures tomorrow. Right?
He gets people following him that I can't get people to follow.
Yeah,
should I bring it up?
Deck the Hallmark does not follow Joe's Instagram. Can you make this happen, Brian?
That's interesting.
It is,
I'm
right?
powerless there. I have a hard time believing that. Really, maybe you did something to upset the guys.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look inward there. Yeah, I think we'll have to fix that. We can fix that.
We'll have to take a look into that. Yeah.
Brian, if he buys 4 more books and makes it 5 total, then will they follow him on Instagram? What is the number of books, in other words?
Yeah, 1 day of following per book, I think, is the standard that is in the industry, and so I'm safe with that. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, we got to fix that immediately, I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
let me double check just to make sure.
especially because he's so sad about his hair. This will really
Okay.
give him the Christmas
really
spirit
helps,
boost he needs. Yeah.
So
Yes, Jeff.
uh,
While Joe's looking, Casey has at the Heart of Reviews on Instagram.
Yes,
And-
I do.
And Casey, anything else you'd like to plug? Anything coming up that we should be excited about?
No, that's pretty much the big thing. I also did give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. So just we're all feeling it, which is great.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe Casey, we reverse the movies and we'll be up excited for here. Real fast is let me ask you guys one at a time. Casey, are you? Joe is saying they're not following him. He's very sad. He's crying now. Casey, are you excited for Christmas Call of Duty or whatever that is next week?
Yeah, Christmas Call of Duty. That's definitely it. Maybe I'm not excited. It's about the Marines. Could be interesting. It's weird. Okay, not to go too deep into this. It's weird that we don't have Miracles of Christmas this year. That means they're doing a lot more of the like military stories, the more heartfelt stories on the normal countdown to Christmas. So I don't know if this one's gonna be funny or if it's gonna be heartfelt or if they're just gonna do a weird middle ground. So we'll see.
Interesting. Okay, I find those patronizing a lot when they're doing the soldiers and the troops. Anybody else excited for that one? I'm not really.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
Is there two next week?
Yeah, there are two. Newport
What's the
Christmas
sun-
is the time travel
The
one.
Newport's the big one there.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
big one. Really looking forward.
Good.
But Janelle Parrish in Christmas on Duty, she'll be a delight. She'll be a
Yeah.
blast.
Good. You're
But
right.
as
Okay.
a whole, I don't know. It's a lot on her shoulders there.
Yeah, Newport Christmas is exciting. Joe, what are you plugging? Then we'll get to Brian and we'll get out of here.
Well, you're on my show, so if you're watching this, you know about my channel. But I'm working on a video that hopefully will come out this week. The movie Violent Night. I'm doing a special video about that and all the Christmas connections that it has.
Excellent. Okay, so you can find Joe on the Christmas Aficionado YouTube, the Christmas Summit podcast, or in the aisle shopping for Rogaine, apparently, which is big news for us. Fascinating. Okay. Brian, you've got a lot to plug. You've got Deck the Hallmark. You've got books. You are the new king of all media. People are calling you the prince of all media. Brian, what would you like to plug the most?
It's such a compliment. I co-host Deck the Hallmark. You can listen to those episodes every week. That's a lot of fun. And we wrote a novel called Oh Christmas Tree. And that's available in print and ebook just about everywhere. And it's a lot. If you're listening to this, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And we had a lot of fun writing it. So that's it.
Excellent.
I'll be all over the place this holiday season.
That is amazing. And as for me, if you want to write in and yell at Cousin Seth for not being here tonight, at Christmas Cousins Pod on Facebook and Instagram, Christmas Cousins Pod, everywhere podcasts are, whatever. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. This is a lot of fun. And it's fun doing a movie that we all like, actually, instead of being curmudgeons and complaining. Everybody in the comment section, this is so much fun. Thank you for joining and commenting. I love having the live audience. It's great. Everybody, thank you so much. Check it out. And we will be back for a lot more fun. And a live eggnog tasting on the Christmas Cousins podcast is going to be great coming up. We couldn't do it tonight because Seth was sick. I said, what a waste. You're already sick. You might as well have done it. You're going to get sick anyway.
Next time,
He didn't think that through. So I will pester him until that happens. And if he avoids me, I know every family member to get a hold of him. So we are good. Thank you, everybody. Joe, cue the music. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.